Uh, Perfect. So I assume we started. Thank you very much, you all, for being here to our final event of SUAVE, our ERA project, ERA Cluster project, sorry. The goal here is to show you the main achievements of SUAVE and to have your contributions to the future of the urban agriculture, have your feedbacks about the project, how the project assisted you, what we can do better to keep assisting urban agriculture stakeholders in Europe and beyond. You will see that SUAVE reached other countries. Of course, due to the time difference, many of them could not join us because it's too early for them, but we reached important partners and stakeholders in North America, South America, and other continents, which shows that urban agriculture is an activity that is being boosted as well in other parts of the world. So thank you very much, you all, for being here. Please feel free to contribute, to comment. Just raise your hand so that we can answer to your questions, and you can ask your questions. Also, please feel free to use the chat to communicate, to share, as Petrov did, your web page, your project is a networking as well event. So please feel free to do so. Thank you very much, you all, for being here. I will start my presentation. So before I start, I would like each work package leader to introduce itself. I am Claudia Ramos. I was assigned as the coordinator of SUAVE projects, which started in 2022. So today is our official last day of SUAVE. I was in charge of what we called in the project the work package 1. Please, you can introduce yourself. I'm going by work packages, okay? So please.
Of course, yes. Thank you, Claudia, and hello, everybody. My name is VEGEPOLYS. I represent AgriFood Lithuania, and we were the leaders of a work package that aimed to help us network and build our capacity. So happy to be here and happy to see you all joining. And I will pass my word to work package 3 leaders, Innoskart.
Thank you, Justa. My name is Zsolt, and I am responsible for VP3 together with my colleague Eva. We represent Innoskart digital cluster. This is a Hungarian cluster of about 70 members, and we were responsible for VP3, which was focusing on the, I would call it on the, maybe for you, the most important part of the project, the calls themselves.
The funding, our cascade funding, yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Hello, glad to see you all this morning. So I'm Véronique Tosser. I work in VEGEPOLYS Valley, so the same cluster as Claudia. And I was responsible for work package 4, which was about fostering the green and digital transition. So I will tell you more about this later.
Thank you, Véronique. I don't know if we have Henrik with us or Elizabeth from FEMAC. I don't know if they joined already. Not yet. Well, they will join us later on. So we had FEMAC, Spanish cluster, who was in charge of work package 5 for training and upskilling, an activity that we promoted thanks to call 2 of SUAVE in 2024, and you will see its results later on. Tomasz.
Hello, good morning. My name is Tomasz Bobe and I represent a Polish partner in SUAVE, so it's UNIMOS and also AgroBio cluster. In SUAVE, we were responsible for work package 6, and in general, it was everything combined with internationalization. So the main activities was the funding, but more information you will receive later from my presentation.
Thank you, Tomasz. Yes, we will see the results of the internationalization thanks to call 2 last year. Nora.
Hello everyone, I'm Nora Sirmai and I'm also representing Innoskart from Hungary. I was responsible for the communication of this SUAVE project, and I'm very glad to see such a great turnout today for our final event, and have a nice program today. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, as you can see, 7 work packages, 7 activities that were promoted thanks to this project. We all worked together on a monthly, daily, weekly basis, very hard to have this project, to make this project help you and help the stakeholders thinking and promoting urban agriculture in Europe and beyond. So let us just, I will take a few minutes to talk about the main achievements noticed by us, by the work package 1, the coordination. So just reminding you that SUAVE stands for Simulating SMEs in a new urban agriculture value chain for a sustainable growth in Europe. And we are very proud to say that, especially thanks to the internationalization activity, we could help SMEs going beyond Europe. Is a project, Eurocluster project, funded by the European Union under a grant agreement signed on 2022. So a project that came at a time when environment and the balance between green and digital, and especially food security, are becoming more than ever pillars of European policy, and not only European. The SUAVE Eurocluster project received the funding, as I was saying, from EU Single Market Program under the grant agreement grant agreement signed, of course, in 2022, and we started in September 2022. So we wanted to accelerate the development of urban agriculture in Europe through technological innovation, community engagement, and networking, among key stakeholders. And we are very glad to have here not only SMEs. Again, thank you, Isabelle, and thank you, Pierre Oro, who is here as well with us. So it was a 30-month project coordinated by VEGEPOLYS, as you can see, and led by 4 experienced clusters in Europe. We worked in a very complementary way. Each one brought its expertise to this project, and this is one of the main achievements, the collaboration that we had during this 30-month, and how we could balance our strength and weaknesses between partners. And I thank you, each one of you, for this excellent job each work package leader and partner did during this 30-month period. So we had a total funding of 1,050,000 euros to support, as George was saying, the main goal was to financially support European SMEs, working in the field of urban agriculture, so that you could benefit from different types of services, going from innovation, green and digital, diagnosis, networking, training, and internationalization, all of them promoted thanks to 2 calls that we had in this project, one in 2023, you will see, and one in 2024. So we built these services based on 4 main challenges that we identified, SUAVE identified, for you SMEs facing nowadays in urban agriculture, in your activities. The main one is not an exhaustive, of course, list. So it was the diversification of products, services, contents based on digital technologies in the European farming sector, supporting the green transition of the European urban farming value chain, bridging skill gaps in the European urban farming workforce, and of course, supporting bigger participation of women in this field, and important as well, increasing business opportunities through networking, internationalization, and synergies along and across value chains. That's why I invited you to take this event to promote and to network. Thanks to the chat and the question and answers later on. So it was a cascade funding that we wanted to, and thanks to this cascade funding, we wanted to help multiple local initiatives, which we did. We have a success rate of 99%, as you will see. Also, it was important to find a general definition of urban agriculture that we, SUAVE, we partners wanted to promote. So it was quite large. Work package 2 used it, did the deliverable, did a mapping of the ecosystem, and thanks to this mapping, we identified a few main activities that we would focus on this project, but we were really quite open to other activities that we could not identify in SUAVE, in the scope of SUAVE. So going from services, products, technologies, we had a lot of examples and activities from you SMEs in our projects. If we now talk about the key stakeholders that we mapped and targeting in our networking and capacity buildings, we have consumers, educators, food processors, food retailers, urban planners as well. Our regions, we worked a lot with our regions here in France, in other countries. We have as well a network dedicated to plants, which is called the Plant Intercluster. SUAVE was promoted, and we counted on their assistance as well with the European Commission. We went to participate in events and meetings in Brussels. The EFWA, the European Forum for Urban Agriculture, was a very important partner in this project. So this is the, I won't take too long, we can share this presentation, but yes, you will see that we could, thanks to this 30-month working engagement and commitment of each partner and each work package leader, we extended SUAVE impacts beyond Europe. It was very, very important for us, and we are very pleased to say that today we have SUAVE community Nora can comment it, will comment it later on, as you will see the data, the figures that we have and the followers that we have in our social media. So the results, the respective results of SUAVE were, of course, to accelerate the development of more world-class clusters. It was for us as well, participating in countries, of course, to help us as clusters to better support our members, as well in the European Union, but in a global competition, to encourage cluster consortia, to work across sectorial boundaries. And I was saying that we are very complementary in this project, exploit synergies and complementarities with a joint European strategic vision. The most important thing is going to a resilience of new SMEs and helping you to access for those who want. We had SMEs who did not want to go international, it's not their goal. But for those who want to access third markets and generate growth from international activities, we were here and we will work on keeping assisting you in these sets. Veronique can talk later about it, but as well, our calls, I hope, contributed to help you developing solutions, anticipate challenges, accelerate twin transition between green and technological, and of course, industrial deployment of technologies. And improve, of course, this is why we promoted the in call to the training lump sum to improve the skills as well in terms of management, coordination, communication. We were as well also again quite large in what we wanted to in how we wanted to help you improving your skills within your SMEs. So the most important thing is for as a coordinator, of course, except the fact that we could fund you, SMEs, it was the community building. We are very happy to see the number of followers, the number of posts, tags that you are doing with SUAVE. We are very thankful for it and very proud, each one of us, for having reached so many SMEs and stakeholders. So a few examples: we were at the forum, EFA forum, in 2023, right, Judge, if I'm not mistaken. We promoted webinars with the participation of important actors for us, such as Business France for France, for example. Pays de la Loire was here, and the Atlantic Cluster, and of course, Auvergne-Rhône-Alpes and other regions. I invited you, for those who joined us later, I invited you to go to our YouTube channel and check our videos. We were always inspiring you with new insights, with other examples, not only in Europe. So we promoted with Thomas, with UNIMOS, 2 working groups dedicated to Africa and Latin America that we have in VEGEPOLYS Valley, dedicated to urban agriculture, and I highly invite you to check them. You have really good examples, not only from SMEs, but from public policymakers, especially in Latin America. So go and watch it tonight before going to bed. You will see, you will have a nice moment. And of course, we had, thanks to Peace Solidaire, merci beaucoup, Nicolas, who is here. We participated to a forum dedicated to sustainable cities, the Agenda 2030, It was last year, if I'm not mistaken, and the Salon de Vegetal, where we promoted our SMEs and our partners and stakeholders. So just to have you a big idea of the outreach, and then each work package will go into details of their activities. As you can see, SUAVE Call 1, we promoted 4 activities. It was innovation, lump sum, innovation twice, through lump sum and price, diagnosis, green and digital transition, and the travel lump sum that was built to give you the opportunity of networking and exchanging, having other experiences in Europe. It was focused in Europe. So we received 188 applications from 18 European countries, because we received applications and express of manifestation from other countries, but only from Europe we received from 18 countries. The second call was launched last year, and we received altogether 82 applications from 12 countries, 33 from training and 43 from internationalization, reaching countries outside the partners countries as Belgium, Bulgaria, Croatia. Greece was very active. We are very proud to have Greece here with us today. Yeah, Greece is doing very well in urban agriculture, and we will be glad to have the example shared from Greece. Thank you very much for being here with us. And I think that is all from my side, but we are very, very happy to have you here. Now I will leave each work package, each leader, to comment the achievements. And as I said, Nora, I checked yesterday, I think we have 881 followers in LinkedIn, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe a little bit more. So if you are not following us,
It's 87.
887.
No, today 89.
89. So go. You can still follow us, and we will be pleased to share your experiences and inspiration for other SMEs. You have really a richful information that we share from different partners, from different SMEs in urban agriculture in our LinkedIn. So go and check it. It's worthwhile. Thank you very much. Thank each partner for being here. And now I leave the floor to Juste, networking Juste.
Thank you very much, Claudia, for such a comprehensive overview of what we managed to achieve in the last 2.5 years. So I will briefly present to you how we worked on our networking and capacity building activities. All project partners, while AgriFood Lithuania was leading the work package, the activity, but we had very active partners and who created a lot of possibilities and opportunities to meet you, to know better the ecosystem of urban agriculture. And as you can see in the slide, we had several objectives we wanted to reach. So we not only wanted to meet you, we also wanted to understand what are your needs, what are the sectoral needs, what are the challenges the sector faces. We wanted to help you increase the resilience. So to do this through new partnerships and new collaboration models, as well as through resilience preparedness and business continuity planning. So I will not manage to go over every activity we did over the last 30 months. So I will only present to you the highlights. So if we could move to another slide. And as Claudia mentioned you before, and I shared in the chat the deliverable we prepared, The initial part of our activity was to understand better the sector. So what we did, together with the help of SUAVE partners, we made a systematic mapping of the European urban agriculture and its stakeholders. We talked to them, we listened to their needs, to the challenges. We did a lot of, let's say, research and data collection to do that. We not only spoke with SMEs, we also worked with policymakers, with real estate and territorial planners. And we put all the knowledge that we gathered in these activities to the deliverable on urban agriculture ecosystem and challenge mapping. And we addressed and considered these insights when designing the open calls where you all participated. Another part of our work package activities was organizing and attending the different kind of networking activities, events. As you can see in the slide, I will not go through each part of it, but we were very active in participating in conferences, trade shows, and exhibitions. We also organized and attended different seminars, online webinars, online meetings, one-on-one meetings with SMEs and other stakeholders. We also had a cross-border matchmaking event where we facilitated and managed to reach quite many one-on-one matchmakings between different stakeholders. In the next slide, you will see the results of what we managed to achieve within 30 months. So we managed to facilitate 351 one-on-one matches. We used 87 different occasions in 13 countries to help you meet your potential partners, to help you meet your potential suppliers, to get to know us. And you can see that the formats were also differed. Some of them happened in person, some of them happened online. We also had some hybrid options. And we are very happy that we managed to involve 314 different organizations in such activities.
Just a few words. It's true that we took every opportunity we had, for example, trade fairs, events that we were promoting in our countries or other partners were promoting, to invite the SMEs, not only the awarded SMEs, but the SMEs, so that we could connect you connect you there in our events. So each opportunity we had, we invited our SMEs and partners to participate.
Yes, thank you, Claudia, for adding this. And another strand, let's say, of our activities that we did, because remember that we prepared the application for this project when COVID was still a major issue, a major challenge in Europe. So we really wanted to help SMEs, and in that sense also ecosystem of urban agriculture to become more resilient. So what we did, we had designed and developed new collaboration models, new partnerships, which we did through 3 different online workshops that attracted overall 88 participants representing different stakeholder groups. And of course, another part of this resilience building activity was where our SMEs, and I suppose many of the participants here today were involved. We designed and piloted a resilience preparedness and business continuity framework, and that we shared with the SMEs that were awarded SUAVE lump sums. And they had this chance to do this exercise, to try to identify the major risks and come up with a risk mitigation plan. So after 2 calls, we received 66 business continuity plans prepared by SUAVE SMEs. And in the next couple of slides, I would like to just show you the highlights It will also be available in the deliverable that is being finalized right now. So the major risks, if you could please come back one slide back. Yes, thank you, Eva. We see from the 66 business continuity plans we received that technical failures, natural disasters, and extreme weather events, as well as supply chain disruptions, were the major risks identified by our SMEs operating in urban agriculture. You can see the different aspects also being relevant, such as market risks, regulations, cyber threats, pest and disease infestation, geopolitical risks, human resources, pandemic, power outage, and resource price shocks, also being mentioned as one of the major risks by our SMEs. The next slide, please. So overall, I just wanted to highlight some of the, let's say, good practices that we noticed in companies that were considering and developing their business continuity plans. So we saw that particularly good practice was that many of the SMEs had a very comprehensive look at the potential risks. They were thinking both about internal and external things and factors that might affect their operation. And such comprehensive look allowed them to be better prepared to come up with a better, more targeted, more tailored risk mitigation plan. As many of them mentioned that supply chain was, yes, received some shocks, let's say recently, given the several crises in the last years. So they came up with good plans to diversify their supply chain, to have backup supplier options and maybe even contracts with them. They also thoroughly identified critical business assets and functions, not only related to equipment, but also to personnel and partnerships they might have with suppliers or just with partners. Also, they identified dependencies between these critical functions. And one thing I also wanted to share was about the communicating, because communicating in the face of managing or managing your risk is crucial. And I saw that many SMEs had an individual communication plan ready for different stakeholder groups, and making use of different channels that work the most appropriately to communicate it with their employees, with their partners, with their clients. So this was a particularly important aspect that they considered. And of course, other items such as some critical records being put securely in secure cloud or other systems, as well as clear division of roles and responsibilities, who is responsible for what in the case of an emergency. And finally, regularity in reviewing and improving their business continuity plans, especially after such a case, after it's being activated and they have such a case, so that they can learn from their mistakes and improve their plan to be more resilient for any future crisis. So thank you very much. This was yes, a brief overview of what we managed to do. And in case you have any questions, you can always leave them to me in the chat.
Thank you very much, you said it's true. We must remind that we added the business continuity plan as mandatory in our deliverables. We had quite easy deliverables, but this was a tough work for SMEs. A few had already worked on a business plan, others had not, and the SMEs who hadn't thanked us for having added this activity, because as you said, we made them think or rethink about their activity and the resilience. and how to improve their activities. So it was hard for a few SMEs, but they did it, and we at least contributed in this sense. Thank you very, very much. And yes, just to share 2 comments from SMEs regarding the importance of networking, communicating, networking, because it's not something that is so automatic that we do automatically, and they don't have, many of you do not have employees or professionals that do it for you. So we had, for example, a need to encourage collaboration between startups, research institutions, and policymakers to foster innovation in sustainable agricultural practices, which we worked, and we hopefully will keep working in future projects for. And, for example, place greater emphasis on fostering connections and collaborations among SMEs participating in urban agriculture projects. This networked approach can drive innovation, share best practices, and create stronger, more resilient ecosystem for sustainable agriculture across Europe. And this is what we did, right, Juste, thanks to Work Package 3. Thank you very much. George.
Thank you very much. Welcome, everyone. Again, my name is Zsolt. I am from Innoskart Digital Cluster, and we were responsible for VP3. Actually, I just called it the calls or the cascade funding, but it was, of course, quite a complicated and I would say challenging work package. We finally decided to launch 2 calls. And altogether, you can see some nice figures. Altogether, we received almost 200 applications. Can you go back, Eva? Sorry. For 4 different grants, let's say, we had 94 innovation lump sum. This innovation lump sum was 20,000 euro, and companies which decided to have some innovative solutions, to develop some innovative solutions, could receive this one. We had diagnosis lump sum and travel lump sum. Diagnosis was awarded to companies which wanted to have their sustainable and digital level monitored, let's say, and developed. And also we had 33 applications for the prize. Prize was a little bit different than the other grants, since prize is not a grant, let's say. So for the innovation, diagnosis, and travel lump sum, you could receive funding for a future activity, let's say. And for the prize, you could receive an award for a past activity, for a solution you have already developed. You can see on the slideshow as well that out of the countries of the 5 consortium members, we had Belgium, Germany, and Greece in quite a great number. Again, I would like to emphasize Greece, and here also Belgium, that they had quite many applications. Thank you very much. Okay. And for the second call, Tomasz will speak and Henrik will speak more about this course. We had the training applications and internationalization applications, and altogether, again, it's a figure: 82 applications arrived, almost half-half, so 50% for internationalization and 50% for training activities, altogether from 12 countries. Out of the scope of the consortium, we had quite many applications from Slovenia, Belgium, Bulgaria, Germany, Italy. Yes, thank you. And now, if I would like to speak about the awarded projects, so not about the applications, I think it's quite symbolic to see that, yes, as Claudia writes, you can check the deliverables in VEGEPOLYS Valley website. So you can see the awarded projects. You can see that France, Spain, and Poland were among the most advanced or most successful applicants, and also Greece. For travel, Poland was, let's say, #1. So altogether in call 1, 51 small and medium-sized companies received funding, representing 70 projects, since one SME could get access to various funds from the call 1. And altogether, we just awarded the 3 prizes and 77 lump sum grants.
Just reminding, this is what happened in call 1. Indeed, we had 3 prizes, but thanks to our ability and reactivity to a few challenges we had regarding the fundings during this 30-month project, we could award 2 more prizes, 1 last year and 1 this year. So we have today 5 SMEs awarded for prizes. We have very good projects, and we could grant not only 3, but we ended the project with 5 awarded SMEs for innovation prize.
Thank you very much, Claudia. That's right. And I would also emphasize the fact that in February we had a final consortium meeting in Budapest, and we visited. We were invited actually by one of the prize winners, Proficomp, which has developed a compost breathable drum for composting, and they really it was really nice to see that that the money went into the good pocket, I would say. And not only prize winner, the prize winner was there, but also we visited another grant winning companies, actually Makery. They received the innovation lump sum, and they also received the travel lump sum, and we could see how they used this amount. So I think it's almost important in international projects, or in, let's say, in European funded projects, to see the outcome, to see the result, the tangible result. And so we really could see that the funding went into the good companies, good SMEs, to very nice SMEs. I would say that the whole consortium would say this. Yes, and the second goal
of the funding. We were happy because we could see that they made a very good use. The funding was for something. So yes, it is one of our main achievements as well. We did not just fund to give money, but for a specific goal, and all SMEs awarded made good use of and respected our work and the European Fund.
That's it. You are right. But yeah, and for core second, there were 58 projects representing altogether 45 SMEs from 11 European countries. Poland actually was by far the most successful country for the core 2.
Thomas was very active as well. Thank you, Thomas.
And yeah, Tomasz will speak about it later, and about the final results. So altogether, we received or we financed 118 projects from 14 countries, representing 76 SMEs, and the sum was already mentioned by Claudia. Actually, my presentation is not that long. However, if you let's say add the best practices the 4 companies will present, I think that those are integral parts of my presentation as well. And thank you. And hereby, maybe I would like to to stop a little bit, and if Claudia, you agree,
Of
ask now Emilio to present his project, since he has to leave at 11:15, and I think this is the right place, as I thought it's an integral part of my presentation.
right moment, exactly the right moment, yeah, indeed, having an SME, a worded SME, talking about how the project assisted you, what was the impact on your activity, is the most welcome at this moment. Thank you very much, Emiliano, for being here. Raiz, which is a Portuguese SME, right, Raiz? You're muted, Emiliano.
Hey everyone, thank you very much. Yes, Raiz is based in Portugal. We're soon expanding across different countries, both in Europe and the UK. Thank you very much for the opportunity, for, of course, the funding and the support. Here is a brief slide of the inside of our farm. So basically, we're creating climate resilient food ecosystems using CEA, which I believe most of us know well, controlled environment ag. And the way we're doing is designing, engineering, and deploying vertical farming solutions. So we have, as mentioned, one here in Lisbon, Portugal. And right now we're working with hospitality and real estate clients to basically better their supply chains, make them more efficient in terms of energy. Our key differentiator is our focus on hybrid energy, so using both natural light, LEDs, algorithms to optimize the energy consumption so that we're actually, well, more profitable, but also more sustainable in the sense of using less fossil fuel energy. So this is our concept farm. And the project that we got funded and supported by SUAVE, and which we're very proud to show here, the first prototype, is the Hortus biodegradable farm wall. So this is a modular system. The reason we started developing this is because every time someone came to our farm or learned about us was like, hey, I want to have this at home. I want to have this in my balcony. How can I have it in my office? So we decided to start building something that was modular, that you could adapt to different spaces, that you could also be happy to look at and have something of an aesthetic feel. So yes, with this program, we went from a mere idea on a presentation to something that is a tangible product. This is right now in beta testing, and yeah, very happy to promote here as well. We are launching by the end of the year. So the plan is basically right now doing a full set of beta clients. Today, actually, later, we are installing one, the first one in a co-working space here in Lisbon. So this is different target segments. We're doing initially B2B, so places that can spread the voice and also like test with us, for example, co-working spaces, restaurants, communities that care about growing food or like care about bringing life to their spaces. So this is the current beta stage, and yes, our key approach here is the modularity angle and also doing it with biodegradable materials. Right now we're testing different kinds of PLA because we did 3D printing. Once we go at scale, we'll be using different materials, but the fact of the matter here is that we want to transcend plastics and give it a kind of organic look. So as you can see there, we like try to make the shapes feel more natural beyond the plastic elements that are commonly used in hydroponics, which also work, right? But we want to maybe push the envelope in terms of how we bring nature and food production back into our cities. So this is Hortus for everyone. And yeah, the SUAVE experience, I think, was a great one. The most evident one, of course, is the funding. It's not limited to that one, but without it, we wouldn't have developed the Hortus, right? So I think it has an important impact in how we do things and the innovations that we can drive to the market. So that's definitely first and foremost. Then we were lucky enough to join one of the events happening in Angers in France. Not personally, but definitely some of the team. And I know there were collaborations, partnerships being fragmented and also created for our development in France. We also were part of Techstars Paris. So yes, just basically expanding the network, creating partnerships, both for initial and immediate activities, but just saying again that we're very open to collaboration and partnerships with all the SUAVE community. So that was the second one. And the third one, validation for a company, right? So SUAVE, as we know, is funded by the European Union. So by addition, of course, being supported by SUAVE means also a validation from the European Union. So I think that is also something that we as SMEs and of course partners really benefit from. So being able to say that we have received funding from SUAVE and we're part of this wider network is definitely a huge validation for our company at this stage and as we grow forward. So yes, collaborations, funding, and validation, that was something amazing, and really looking forward to launching the Hortus to market and having you test it at home or in the offices or wherever, or welcoming you in Lisbon at our facilities. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very much, Emiliano, and indeed, you were here, you were represented here at the Salon du Végétal. It was one of the main events promoted here in Angers, where we could connect your colleague to other SUAVE SMEs and stakeholders. So very good to hear it. We will talk about it later on, but just as you will leave, Emiliano, and I'm glad that Françoise Baffort is here with us. We will be at the Urban Agri Days in Liège, in Belgium, from the 19th to the 21st of May. So I want to invite you all, because Emiliano, you were talking about the importance of keeping the network, finding new partners. Françoise at the end will say a few words, but you will be receiving invitation as well. Françoise, you can say a few words about it so that Emiliano already registers to it. They are very active. But yes, take this opportunity, Emiliano. You will have international stakeholders as well at this event, so you are highly invited to join. And it will be for the end, but as you are leaving, we will have a SUAVE session thanks to the support of Françoise and the organizers in this event. Françoise, a few words about the event, et merci beaucoup d'être là.
Hello, everyone. So I'm very glad to be here. So yes, we have a conference event in Belgium, in the south part of Belgium, in Liège, 3 days from the 19th of May until the 21st of May. And it's about urban agriculture and peri-urban agriculture. So we'll have 5 sessions that will be discussed over the 3 days. One on resource smart farming, one on a sustainable profitability, on collaborative ecosystem. I will put in the chat the website address of the event. But the second day, on Tuesday, we'll have a day dedicated to poster session, because the event is open to poster sessions. So everyone can submit a poster talking about its organization and or project and all they work on urban agriculture or peri-urban agriculture. So please, if you want to submit as a poster, so it's open until the 1st April. And so, as I said, the second day in the morning, we will have a poster session, and then we will visit different urban agriculture sites in the Walloon region. And so this event is free, so you can there is no fee for registration. Everything is foreseen, so there will be a bus to travel everyone from one visit to another one. And also we will have a dinner on the Tuesday evening to have also networking between participants. So please, if everyone wants to come here 3 days you can also subscribe and register only for 1 day or 2 days. It's not mandatory to go to the 3 days, but if you want, please come and come to see us. It will be a real pleasure.
Françoise, our SUAVE session is planned for the 3rd day, right?
Yes, that's it. Yes.
So,
Yes,
yeah.
sorry. So we have the annual meeting of PIC, Plant Intercluster, will be on the Wednesday, so 21 of May, at the end of the afternoon.
Perfect. Yes, a good opportunity, an excellent opportunity.
Yes. And during the, sorry, Claudia, during the collaborative session, ecosystem session, there will be a case study about SUAVE. So that's already decided.
Yes, see, we are working on the sustainability of SUAVE. Thank you very much, Françoise. We will talk
Pleasure. Yes.
At the end. I just wanted Emiliano, because I know that they are very active. I had the pleasure
Thank you very much.
With your colleague here. Emiliano, just before you leave, I would like you to just share in a few words how you heard about SUAVE, because we did not receive many applications from Portugal. Those we received were very good. You are an example, but how did you hear about the project?
I wouldn't like to lie because I don't fully recall, but if I'm not mistaken, it was through one of our networks that we previously participated. For example, EIT Food and Women in Agriculture, because one of our co-founders participated there. So I do believe it was through one of the networks that we applied. And no, I remember now, it was also through Agritecture. Agritecture, I think you know Agritecture and Henry Gordon Smith and his team. We've been collaborating with them already, and they tagged, I think, SUAVE, and we applied initially through their platform, let's say. So it was Agritecture, now that I recall.
Right. See, this is important because as you need to work on the network, to have new partnerships is a big job that we did in SUAVE as well. The project was not known at the beginning, and we had to really work on the promotion, the visibility, and we thank all the partners that tagged us, that shared our opportunities, as well as our job finding new communities to share the funding with. So, muito obrigada, Emiliano. Thank you very much.
Obrigado, gracias. Thank you, everyone. Merci.
Muchas gracias. Merci beaucoup. And thanks for having reminded the importance of, we insisted a lot, Nora will talk about it later, but we insisted, and we even added in your contract signed the communication part and the fact that you give visibility to SUAVE and the European funding. And having heard from Emiliano that this is a validation from European, you consider it so is a stamp, a real of the fact that the project is reliable, is innovative from the European Union, is very good to hear something like this. Thank you very much, Emiliano, once again. Work package 4, Véronique.
Yes, hello again. If is it possible to have the screen shared with the presentation?
Okay, so we are not, we are going to listen to the other SME presenters after the whole presentation, or are we listening to Beta, Fredrik, and Gaber now or later?
We can present now work package 4 and adding the contributions later on.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, sure.
Okay, thank you. So I will now present the progress and achievement of work package 4. So on the next slide, yes, thank you. You can see the specific objectives of this work package, which was about the adoption of processes and technologies, with the aim to reinforce agri-food transformation into a greener and more digital economy. So for that, we identified the needs from businesses to strengthen and foster their ability to propose relevant and reliable solutions for the European green and digital transition. And this task was linked with the work package 2, which was presented by Juste earlier. Another objective was to develop peer-to-peer exchanges for large dissemination of best practices regarding processes and digital technologies. We also wanted to map expert services provider for digitalization and green transition applied to urban farming projects. And the last one, as Jolt said, we also had support of SMEs in getting a good understanding on their pathways to digitalization and to sustainability to foster their transition through the voucher system. So I will now present you what we did exactly. There was the first task about the analysis of the needs for the green and digital transition. So we wanted to identify the barriers and opportunities seen by businesses and other key stakeholders for a greener and more digital urban farming system. So each partner conducted surveys. So we had a total of 32 surveys in 2003 in the countries that where the partner worked. We identify 4 categories of actors surveyed: the SMEs, of course, the city or developer estate, and researcher or territorial developer, and a category with other actors like corporate or government and professional organization. As a really quick sum up of this task, we pointed out that the main barriers are financial, technical, and are also due to the lack of network and partnership between the stakeholders. And the main opportunities are technical, cultural, and societal. And you can find the deliverable of this task on the VEGEPOLYS Valley website. And so this is the report on needs to support the green and digital transition in urban agriculture. For the second task, the objective was to identify and to share best practices exchanges for a green and digitalized urban agriculture value chain. We had several tasks for this one. The first one was to identify inspiring example. There was a call that was launched within the SUAVE network and outside to identify this inspiring initiative with a high potential for transfer identified. We gathered 22 inspiring initiatives that are in the deliverable. And the second task was to, of course, as dissemination and the exchange on these best practices. So we have 5 videos that are available on the SUAVE YouTube channel. I saw that the link was shared in the chat. And there was also a webinar that was organized by each of the partners to present these best practices and to have networking activities within the network. So we organized this webinar at the end of 2003. and the results are gathered in the deliverable 4.2 that is also available on the VEGEPOLYS Valley website. And also as information about the last task of the work package 4, which is a mapping of the available competencies in each country and the funding solutions that are locally available. So each partner work on this mapping of these competencies and funding in their own country. We also presented some expert and funding solution at the European scale. And so you can see the results in the deliverable too. And the last part was the voucher for the diagnosis and green technology for SMEs. So as we said earlier, there were 35 applications that were received and 21 diagnoses that were financed. And you can find an analysis of the project that were funded in the deliverable 4.3, which is complete but not yet online. I think that it will be online on the VEGEPOLYS Valley website in the next few days. I would like also, before talking about the KPIs, to share with you some information about really quickly about the project that were funded. We had 11 projects about digital transition, 7 about green transition, and 3 that were about both kind of transition. About the digital transition project, there were mostly about the monitoring of the process and the development of a decision-making tool. And about the green transition project, there were about mostly on the reduction of energy consumption and the reduction of greenhouse gases emission. And to finish with this presentation, you can see the KPIs that we had for this work package 4. And I won't comment all of it, but you can see that we reached all of the KPIs. So the task was really successful. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. If you have any question, I'll be glad to answer it on the chat.
And as well at the end, where we will open for question and answers. So Veronique will be with us. Thank you very much, Veronique. It was indeed a very successful activity. Thanks not only to the funding, but as well the way that the delivery was built and gave the opportunity to the SMEs to have the diagnosis and think or rethink their digital transition. Thank you very much. Indeed, we will update VEGEPOLYS.
Posso contestare, please?
Perdone, Enrique, dos segundos. Can we? So we will update SUAVE webpage, VEGEPOLYS Valley subpage at VEGEPOLYS Valley, and you will have all the deliverables available there by the end of next week. Thank you very much, Veronique. If you have questions, we will open for the question and answers. Eva, do we have any SME, awarded SME for diagnosis here who would like to share its experience? Okay, let's I don't know if you can hear me, but we will let the SME solve at the end of the general presentation. Enrique, ahora sí. Now you can present work package 5. Welcome, Enrique.
Muchas gracias. Thank you so much, Claudia. Well, who's going to move the slides? Okay, so first of all, my name is Enrique Pedros. I am the cluster manager of one of the members of the consortium of SUAVE project. FEMAC is the Catalan cluster for agricultural production means in Catalonia, in the northeast of Spain. And we group together mainly companies that produce and manufacture solution and goods and solution and technology for farmers. Anything a farmer needs to grow up a fruit or a crop is that we provide our value chains. In terms of our involvement in these exciting projects, we were managing, leading the work package 5, which it was related to the training to foster upskilling and reskilling. The aim of this work package was to provide training to boost the upskilling and reskilling, not only the workforce of the SMEs involved in the project, but also to the members of the cluster consortiums. If we describe by task, each one of the I can keep the previous one. So in the first task, number 5.1, the idea was to identify, to build up the management skills. In the second one, the idea was to improve and tailoring the joint service of all the cluster members of the consortium to transmit into urban farming value chains. And during the task 5.3, the idea was to foster innovation through the member companies and to the work-life products and services. Can you please go on? Okay. So in regards to the task number 5.1, we established objectives. The idea was to elevate the proficiency of the cluster workforce and to provide them to the business support services in alignment with the SMEs strategies involved specifically in the urban farming solutions. All 5 SUAVE clusters were self-audit. And at the end, we reported these self-audits through deliverable number 5.1. We pivoted some workshops, in particular in month 6, to prepare all the clusters. And we celebrated in May and in June in 2023 to present some of the best practices among all our ecosystems. At the end, we monitor a table with internal training provided by the SUAVE clusters to their staffs. In total, we conducted 54 training programs and 40 clusters employees were trained. Keep going, please. In regards to the task 5.2, the idea was to establish, as mentioned before, establish the joint service for the SMEs in order to up and re-skilling the workforce and the talent management. In this regards, we map the services offered for the cluster service for the clusters themselves. We analyzed the services, and as a result of that, we provided a report, a public report published in the deliverable 5.2. In regards to the task, sorry about that, once we did the map, then the next step was to design a joint cluster strategy and portfolio services of all of our cluster members of SUAVE. Thank you. Specifically in the joint strategy internationalization. And in regards to the task 5.3, we, as one of the main objectives of these projects and under this cascade funding scheme, we tend to provide it support, economical and also technical support to the SMEs in order to upskill and reskill Okay, at this point, so we launched the cluster exchange program, and specifically for the SUAVE clusters, we organized a field trip to some of us. We took part of the cluster conference in May 2024, and 10 members of this cluster organization attended this European conference. And at the end of the project, a few weeks ago, we had the opportunity to celebrate the final meeting in the beautiful Budapest, and also we could visit and attend the presentation and explanation of the two of the awarded SMEs from Hungary. In total, now 9 cluster employees, we attended this field trip and this final meeting. Okay, and well, let me just finish with the task 5.3.2, and in regards, as I said, one of the main objectives was, among other international and innovation vouchers, were the training vouchers, and at this point we deploy 30 training vouchers to 30 different SMEs from 12 different EU countries. In total, were beneficiated of these training vouchers 110 employees of these SMEs. So by now it's all about the work packets number 5. So thank you very much. Any question? My pleasure to answer. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Henry. And it's true, as you could see, this activity was designed for us as clusters and for the SMEs. And 110 employees trained thanks to SUAVE is only a direct impact that we could have in a short term thanks to the funding. But we have SMEs, for example, that worked with, we have an example of one SME that is working and is promoting already a MOOC for urban agriculture, and they could develop it and improve it thanks to SUAVE funding. So this will be the indirect impacts that SUAVE will have, and SUAVE funding will have for you, SMEs, and for other stakeholders of urban agriculture. I think we shared this MOOC. We will share it again. I don't know if Claire will join us later on. If she is here, she will talk about it later. Thank you very much, Eric. We learned a lot as well as clusters during all these projects. As you can imagine, during this 13-month duration period of the project, we adapted, we gained experience, we made of course a few mistakes, not big problems, big mistakes, but we of course we did a few, and we learned during all this 30 months. So muchas gracias, Pedro, Enric, perdón, and Work Package 5 for having assisted us as clusters, improving ourselves as well. Thank you very much. Thomas, the floor is yours. Now let's go to North America and internationalization.
Okay. Thank you, Claudia. Actually, I was mentioned today so many times and my work package that you all should know everything about it, but let me put it in order. So in general, work package 6 was aiming to enlarge SUAVE impact on international scene, as its names explains everything, go international. But you know, we were focusing on North America, so already you know that we were going to Mexico, United States, and Canada. But going into more details, like the objectives of Work Package 6 were the first one, to develop international market opportunities in urban agriculture for SMEs, to create joint strategy for SUAVE partners to be executed, which is important after the project has ended. And the most important part, to train and to send our SMEs abroad. Next, please. Okay, we had two deliverables. The first one, let's say, internal sensitive document, a SUAVE Joint Global Internationalization Strategy. And another document, I will strongly invite you to read it after it will be accessible, because it's a public document. It's a summary of international actions we implemented in SUAVE project. Next, please. Okay, the most important part, especially for you as your SMEs, and I see that we have some SMEs that were supported by this, so you know it much better than I do, but let me explain to the public. So our international acceleration program was consisting of two phases. Phase A was a one-on-one mentoring, and the idea was to prepare SMEs not to go straightly to international missions, but to be prepared. So we wanted, we were helping you to find also some experts who will analyze your current situation, will find the gaps, and together we are creating action plan for internationalization, so this API. Basing on this plan, you were going for international missions in phase B, and the missions were to targeted SUAVE countries, of course. And maybe let's go to the next slide. I will have. Okay, there were two types of international missions. So the first type was a single international mission. The other was joint international mission. So in general, the name explains also the activities. So single missions were allowing SMEs to participate in missions, to attend conferences, trade fairs, exhibitions, or also meet your potential customers on B2B, B2C, or C2C meetings. Joint mission was something a little bit different, because you received some support from SUAVE partners. So we have chosen a visit to United States for America's Food and Beverage Show in Miami. In Mexico, we went to Expo Agroalimentaria Guanajuato, and to Canada, we went to Zone Acted. And in USA, you were supported by UNIMOS, by my colleague. In Mexico, you were supported by Enric from FEMAC, and in Canada, Claudia, our main boss in SUAVE, joined the mission to support the SMEs. Next, please. Okay, now some numbers, because Zsolt was showing you a lot of general information about the calls itself, but now we will focus on internationalization lump sum from a calls number 2. So we awarded companies from 11 countries, which is also an important thing. It was one of our KPIs not to focus only on our countries, on our clusters, but go beyond it. So we were trying to reach companies from the whole Europe. And as you can see, we managed to do it. We awarded, let's say, 26 SMEs, because we had 27, but one had to give up. So out of 26 awarded SMEs, 10 SMEs has chosen joint mission, and 16 chosen a single mission. As a destination, you can see that 4 SMEs went to Canada, 6 to Mexico, and 16 to United States. Next, please. Now this is what we were trying to gather upon all your reports, we are trying to find the best solution or maybe some suggestions, what is better if you want to go to a single or a joint mission. Of course, again, I will invite you to read more detailed information in our report. But as you can see from this table, it's like both single and joint missions provided some benefits for SMEs, but effectiveness of this type of visits depended on companies' objectives, industry sector, market entry strategies, and some other things. So you can see that, like in case of networking with single missions, you can go more targeted. You are going to meet directly with your customers. In joint mission, you have a broader network, but it is more general. In terms of cost, the last part of this table, single mission probably is a higher cost and effect because it's very individual. Joint mission is more cost effective and short because of shared resources. And also you have support from our expert and some more. But let's go to the next slide, please. Okay, this is more detailed information. I'm not going to read it because I know that we are a little behind the schedule. But again, this information with some more explanatory you will find in our report. But this is the outcome of single, and on the next slide it will be the joint mission. You have like key action implemented, key activities, agreements and outcomes of these visits, key lesson learned, and I think for the future, for every SME willing to go abroad, is the challenges of single mission. Next, please. Okay, joint. So you have the same information about joint mission, key actions, key activities, agreements, lesson learned, and challenges. Next, please. This is what I was trying to put together. Actually, the question, what is better, single or joint mission? It depends. It is the easiest answer because I'm always right. It depends on everything. But let's say in general, for a new market exploration, it's better to go for a joint mission. But for securing business deals and stronger partnerships, we would advise you to go for a single mission. But of course, ideal approach would be the combination of both, as from ancient times that the golden middle is the best. So let's start with a joint mission to explore, to network, and to assess the potential, and then you can follow up with a single mission, very detailed, to finalize. Let's hope to finalize deals or deepen your business relationships. Apart from that support, because in a call you receive the financial and let's say meritoric support directly through activities, we wanted to extend our support. So it was not written in the grant agreement, but we had an idea of European urban agriculture casebook. The casebook, this initiative is going to showcase your solution across Europe and other continents, because we were using this information, we were sharing this every time we go for a project meetings or for affairs and other activities. We are sharing this casebook with all interested people. Benefits of participation in the casebook was no cost involved, because we are doing this in the frames of a project. We were showcasing your innovations, and we were hoping that it is, but it will in the future also increase your visibility. Next page. Okay, so this, you can see, I will try to paste it also in a chat, the links, in case you don't know it already, or in case you are not a part, you can still join the casebook. You can also scan the QR code. So we wanted to make it easier for everyone. The way how to use the casebook. So you can access it through the first link, and you can see the companies and check if you are interested in their offer. You can, as I said, you can fulfill the form and join the casebook, and also you can follow the LinkedIn profile we created specially for the casebook. And next, please. This is the examples how it looks. So the first page, of course, European logo and Euro clusters. On a separate page, you will receive information about the company. The logo, link to the web page or what they choose, and sometimes LinkedIn profile. Again, QR code, so you can scan it and go directly there. And a few words from a company with a nice picture. So this is in general how it looks like. Next, please. And the numbers. So again, as you can see, we were trying as a project focusing on European SMEs, but we did a great job, I believe, because we received some participants from Brazil, Georgia, Israel, Turkey, USA, and UK. So we went much more out of Europe, which is very okay for us. So in total, I received some application today morning, but I didn't update it. I didn't manage. So in total, we have 115 SMEs and other entities in the casebook. Next, please. If we started talking about the numbers, let's say as a summary of our activities, because we had some KPIs, some numbers we wanted to reach. So the KPI was SMEs that benefited from international services, and our services, of course, it was the lump sum as the main part, casebook as something additional, and other things. So you can see by the numbers in call 2 in internationalization lump sum, we supported 26 SMEs. From travel lump sum, 11. Innovation prize in call 1, we supported 3 companies, and with this extra innovation prize, what Claudia mentioned, another 2. Our webinars, I'm not focusing on all webinars. This is what Juste was explaining. Those are only webinars and training concerned to international activities. So we have 62 in casebook, because now we have 115, but we are focusing on SMEs. So it's 111, out of which is 108 are European. Actually, now it's 109 because the today one is from Hungary. So, but what is important to mention that those are some numbers, but we cannot sum them together, because I think it's some kind of success, and maybe the way you are showing that SUAVE was a good project, but we had some companies that took part in 2, in 3, or even in 4 activities. So they applied and they were supported in travel lump sum, in internationalization lump sum. Some of them were received prize and took part in webinars, and of course are part of SUAVE casebook. So if we calculate it as a one SME as a one entry, so the final number of supported SMEs, it's 125, out of which 122, 23 already are European SMEs supported from international services. I think that's all from my side. I will be here if you want to discuss or ask some questions. So
thank you very much, Thomas, and reminding as well that thanks to our communication and our LinkedIn SUAVE page, we shared a lot of examples of inspirations from other countries, which helps as well the internationalization, the openness to international examples and connections. So indirectly, thanks to our communication, we assisted as well SMEs in this sense. Yes.
Yeah, and it is important to stress that it goes both ways. So if we have some companies or entities outside of Europe, they are also joining us, but helping to develop this information further in their countries. So that's why we decided to stay open for everyone.
And for those, this is an important message, Thomas. For those who are not yet in our casebook, it takes what, 5 minutes, Thomas? They
Even
just
less. Actually, maybe I would explain a few about it, because you can fulfill the form giving us links to that information you want us, to your logo and to the picture, but you can also send it directly to my colleague, and I would like to thank to Julia. I don't know if she's probably she had to go to another meeting, but thanks to Julia Kosikowska, because it was easy for me to talk with SMEs and invite them, explain everything, but she's the person who had to put it together and create something that is looking nice. So
yes.
so if you have links to your files, you can send links, but you can also later contact Julia by email and send it directly. Maybe it will be easier for you. So sometimes the form takes 2 or 3 minutes maximum to fulfill, and you can become a part of SUAVE casebook.
Exactly. And just to let you know, we all are promoting you, thanks to this casebook, those who are in the casebook during our events, participation in trade fairs, international meetings. Myself, for example, I always have the QR code for the casebook, and I know that all partners are doing it. So take this opportunity. Of course, we are talking here about SMEs, but the casebook is also open because of the KPIs, Thomas, but the casebook is also open for public stakeholders in urban agriculture that have good example to share and inspiration to share with other stakeholders.
Yes, we have some NGOs, of course, in casebook, and even municipalities. So we want everyone who wants to share. If you think that you have something to be shared, not only in terms of doing business as an SME who wants to sell something, but if you are a municipality or NGO that wants to share to be promoted, so you can still do. Actually, I don't know, because today is a final day for a project. So. But let's say that we will be the bad guys, so it will be open for a while. I hope that
Yes.
Julia will help me to manage the technical part of it.
And we will show it in Liège as well and other events.
Yes, in terms of promotion, it will be open for a very long time, because it was the idea to go beyond the project, beyond the dates we are working the project. But another thing, if you want to join, so please do it quickly, because probably someday we will have to decide that we are closing and will not accept anymore.
Exactly. And to help SUAVE reaching even more to having a strong community, if you are not there yet, please do it after our final event. Thank you very much. Thomas, I would like, we have Angeline here from Enkitech, who I had the pleasure to have with me in Canada. Angeline, are you available?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello, Angeline. I would like you to share in a few words your experience, because we went together to a mission in Canada.
Yes.
Montreal. So please, Angeline, the floor is yours.
Thanks. It was great. We were in Montreal for 4 days together, and I have to say it was like being Canadian. It was really interesting to go back, because obviously I've been in Europe for almost 20 years now, and so that going back to Canada, seeing how certain things have changed, and also an industry I wasn't, obviously when I left Canada, didn't know about. And And it was really enlightening to see some of the projects that are going on, especially on the social side of what they're doing in Montreal in terms of building up urban farms that support mixed and diverse communities. So some really, really nice projects looking to invigorate community and enhance community and sharing, which was really great. And then of course more from that was on more of the personal side, and then on the business side, ZoneAgTech was phenomenal, and what the work they're doing in terms of bringing tech into farming is great. So I'm from the InkyTech side, we're really hoping that as the year progresses, we'll hopefully be able to do some business with some of the farms working there, or at least get some pilot projects going with what we're doing at InkyTech.
Yeah, this was. I'm glad that we are seeing, because it's not only a mission to do a mission, and that you have the follow up. We were thankful to have the support of our partner. Is a partner from VEGEPOLYS Valley, from the plant, the cluster. Now, ZoneAgTech, the Canadian cluster, very active as well in urban agriculture, as you could see. And Thomas was commenting what is best, trying to understand what is best, the single or joint mission. When you go to a joint mission, you can rely on the network that we, for example, as cluster have. And of course, in a single mission, if you have already a partner, it's easy for you, but we can contribute with our network and follow up. Because as you could see, Angeline, we are receiving requests, and we shared requests, connection requests for you, for your SME, InkyTech. So it was a big pleasure to have you there. Keep us updated.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah, it was really, I think the status of InkyTech and going on that joint mission was perfect for us. It was what we needed as a company. And yeah, thank you for all your work in organizing everything.
Thank you very much, Angeline, and we keep in touch. I think you are already in touch with FEMAC as well. And let's see, we hope we can see you in Liège, in Belgium as well, in May.
If budget allows.
Let's see, we are looking forward to meeting you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, the communication leader, Nora.
Thank you, Claudia. I'm Nora from Innoskart. Hello again. First of all, I really have to share with you that we are very proud with our SUAVE colleagues to have this opportunity to boost European urban agriculture. It was so exciting that since the project started in 2022, we have met many excellent professionals. We played a role in implementation of many great projects, and we created a great network. So it was a very good trip for us to this 30 months. So we have worked hard with the consortium members to ensure that the communication channels we have created became full of life. In addition to promoting the most important SUAVE news, training, networking opportunities, and of course the open calls, we also share urban agriculture articles, relevant events and news, and last but not least, good practices and innovations from the whole world, as you saw that the slides from my colleagues. So about the LinkedIn that Claudia already mentioned, I would like to take the chance to thank the whole SUAVE team for not leaving me alone and supporting the project communication by sharing their knowledge and also useful urban agriculture information. So thank you very much, guys. It was a real teamwork and a lot of valuable posts, and of course the contribution of you, SUAVE beneficiaries, to achieve these outstanding results on LinkedIn among the EU-funded projects. So we also mentioned that today we have 889 followers, and believe me that this is a very, very big thing in the project field. If you don't see any other project pages, it's a very big number of that. So thank you very much. So I would like also thank you for dear beneficiary SMEs to send us and share with us your ideas, innovation, your company introduction, and your funded SUAVE projects and good practices. All of it with the necessary branding elements. Some cases in video form. So thank you very much for this. Next, please. Of course, but next, please. Yes, I already told it too. Okay, thank you. Juste already shared with you the details, but of course we organized online and offline events throughout the project implementation, and we have promoted the SUAVE opportunities and many international professional occasions to make sure that as many people as possible can take advantage of our support. We are happy to have met you, some of you in person. So it's always a very good thing to meet you in person. Here I would like to highlight the Urban Agro EU team who have used our support to help network the sector with an internet platform that transforms urban spaces into thriving hubs to foster sustainable agriculture. So thank you very much for them too. And please, the next. What we're doing now. Now we sharing your success stories and the SUAVE casebook that offer a platform for urban agriculture SMEs to gain visibility, connect potential partners, and access new business opportunities. You already heard it from my colleague Tomek, so I don't tell more about it. But thank you very much for your attention, and we are proud to meet you, and thank you very much for being here with us today.
Congratulations, Nora, for your job. It was, as you said, a pleasure working with you, working with other team members. You were very active and reactive, and we thank, of course, the initiative that you have to suggest to add the communication in the contract, which made us have the assistance of the SMEs. Nowadays, I was checking the LinkedIn. As I said, they are tagging SUAVE spontaneously, doing it not because they signed the contract with us. So we are getting a notice thanks to this post, thanks to the partners posts of the project and contributions. networks, documentaries that we had. So very good job, Nora. I'm sure that we will have other registers, other followers within the few days in SUAVE Urban Agriculture LinkedIn page. Congrats again, Nora, for your great job.
Thank you very much.
Well, let's open to the question and answers, or the companies, our SMEs that are here to share their experience. Are you still with us? Is your time now to speak, you or the not only SMEs, our participants who are here? We had two SMEs.
Okay, maybe I can start.
Yeah, Petrov, please, go ahead.
Okay. Are you going to put the presentation there, or? Do you hear me well?
Yes.
Yes.
I can see the presentation now.
Yes.
Okay. So, thank you very much for the opportunity to present our activities. Why is actually urban agriculture so important? Because 80% of the EU population lives in and around the cities. And actually worldwide, the numbers of citizens are increasing as well. And of course, urban agriculture couldn't be complete without urban beekeeping. I have been an urban beekeeper since many years, and my passion for getting more people into beekeeping actually led me to create Hive Reader. This is a remote hive monitoring system like no other. With Hive Reader, there is no need to open the hive just to check on the bees. It analyzes the heat generated by the colony, allowing the beekeepers to understand insights themselves or rely on AI-powered analysis. Hive Reader is bridging the gap between traditional and precision beekeeping in both urban and rural settings. Since 90% of the beekeepers are hobbyists, they are actually our main focus, with a special emphasis on engaging and supporting the next generation of beekeepers. Please, the next slide. After 2 years of research and development, the first version of Hive Reader was ready for market launch. And actually this synchronized very well with the SUAVE internationalization program. Thanks to SUAVE, I traveled to the USA to present our technology to the beekeeping community in New York State and New York City itself, a megapolis with surprisingly large number of beekeepers. One of the key outcomes of this trip is our partnership with Cornell University, a globally famous institution for bee research, which is now integrating Hive Reader into its studies. This will give us very good credibility. And additionally, we established a partnership with Best Bees, a company managing thousands of hives on behalf of its clients. And mostly these beehives are in urban areas. And they are seeking for innovative ways to optimize hive management. We found also distributor of Hive Reader for Buffalo area. And of course, we met a lot of beekeepers in New York and also in the state itself. Please, the next slide. Thank you. So the entire SUAVE experience was organized very professionally, I would say, providing valuable support through the process. while we arrange most of our US program independently, SUAVE also offered assistance through the joint missions. The SUAVE team has been consistently supportive, providing relevant contacts and guidance for the startups, and the program administration was smooth and well structured, making participation seamless. And additionally, of course, the outcome of the program, the SUAVE casebook, enhances our visibility in urban beekeeping and offering insights into emerging trends and opportunities to connect with other agricultural startups, fostering a growing innovation ecosystem. Yeah, and I really consider our mission very successful. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Petrov. The same question I asked to Emiliano from Raiz. How did you hear about SUAVE?
This is a bit complicated question, as I can't
was someone
remember exactly. But I am pretty sure this was through the social media, maybe LinkedIn, or yeah.
We
Sorry.
had different ways, and we, for example, I was a focal point for another Greek SME, and they heard about SUAVE thanks to a community we belong to, is Food for Cities. So they were following Food for Cities and they heard about it. So see how it's important to network. But yes, since you are not one of our main countries, we could reach you thanks to the network.
It was thanks to the network, and but exactly how, sorry. I can't.
And in terms, let's say, because we have the direct impacts that come from the cascade funding, but for example, you mentioned it, but it will help you. You feel that, for example, thanks to the funding and the mission, you will be able to raise more funding now?
Yes, because actually participating in this project gives us credibility and really shows that there is future for such kind of solutions. And of course, we are all digital now, and beekeeping and agriculture cannot stay behind this trend.
Excellent, excellent. Very good, and thank you very much. We are very happy to have you here. As you can see, we are working on doing something post-SUAVE. We are already confirmed in Liège, and I thank again Françoise for that opportunity. We shall be promoting other events, and we have Chris here from Food City Boost, who I will be very pleased to talk to in the coming days, next week maybe, but let's see. Chris, you want to say a few words if you are still here with us? I don't know if he's still here, but he's from Food City Boost as well. Are you here, Christopher Kenard? If he's not here, we will keep you posted. Just to let you know, we are working with other partners to see how we can promote new activities and funding, of course, Petrov and other, and you all, to keep helping and supporting urban agriculture. As you reminded, Petrov is becoming an important activity, and which needs support.
Yeah, because the citizens are it is a trend. More and more people live in the cities, and we are actually losing the connection with the agriculture. So it is important, especially for the kids and so on, to see this agriculture in the cities because they live there. Yeah.
Exactly. And we invite you, you all, to check the videos of especially the working groups that we had with examples in Latin America and Africa, and you can see how amazing it is. We have policymakers and national regulations for urban agriculture, especially in Brazil. So check it, and it comes to. I will share with you. You will see later. You can answer to Isabel. She the question in the chat. Petrov, Isabel from the European Commission wants to know if there is any patent involved in your activity.
We have submitted documents for patent, and we have intellectual property on the design of the system, actually, of this part, which is the hardware part, because we have software and hardware part, and we have intellectual property on the hardware part of the system.
Does it answer to the question, Isabel?
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, as it comes to competitiveness of what the SMEs would produce, it's an issue, of course, if you go international.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know, because not many of you are maybe beekeepers. That's why I didn't go into much details, technical details. But really, Cornell University is a great example that they recognize our technology and they are implementing it. And they have seen all kinds of beekeeping equipment.
Very well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Petra. We keep in touch, as we said. What I did not clearly reminded or mention is that in our project, we assigned focal points to each award. They're not awarded SME, of course, but thanks to have assigned a focal point, we could be closer to them and be proactive and assist them. And we will keep, of course, doing it as much as we can. You can count on our support and our network. Claire Niocel, I don't know if you are here, if you are still here with us. Claire Mouquet is here, Niocel left. Claire Mouquet.
Yeah, hello.
Hello, welcome. Can you say a
Thank
few
you.
words? Because I shared the MOOC on the chat.
Yeah, of course.
Take a few minutes, 2 minutes, to
Okay.
talk about the MOOC and your experience, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Claudia, and thank you for everything, and thanks to SUAVE also for everything that have been done. Just say a few words about the MOOC. So we are an organization that promotes urban agriculture in France at the national scale, and we've been laureate of the SUAVE internationalization program that allowed us to go to Mexico to interview some urban agriculture project owners and researchers about all of these subjects that they are working with, because we are producing a MOOC about urban agriculture that is for now in French and dedicated to the French and Francophonic speakers, but we want to give it an international level and an international view. It was part of the want of the willing of the previous version. So for this version, we will be able to give 17 more interviews and testimonies about urban agriculture initiatives that are from outside of France. So that is thanks to SUAVE. And it was really a great experience because also, in addition to go to Mexico City, that was part of the main project of SUAVE, of the main call for proposals. We've been to Montreal and to New York City. So it was really a great opportunity to broaden our subject. And so the next MOOC with all of these interviews and all of other subjects about urban agriculture in general in France will be launched on the 14th of April of this year. And it's 6 weeks long. There are 6 big thematics. Each week is around 4 hours of work. It's in total autonomy for everyone, and it's of course free. So all of the information are on our channel, and on the website France Université Numérique, which is a website about MOOCs. So yeah, that's it. And yeah, once again, thanks to SUAVE, we've been able to go there and to meet those people, and it's great testimonies. And we hope that maybe those will be a great leverage to continue to do that, to put the light on the people on the field that are doing things, change the things at their own level.
Thank you very much. And yes, L'École Vert are a very active actor in urban agriculture. We shared, Emiliano was here, you met Raïs as well at the Salon du Végétal. We will keep promoting the activities as well, and the MOOC, and we are glad that you chose, as Thomas showed, mainly the country chosen by the SMEs. The first one was the USA, and I remember you participated to the presentation we had for COP2, and we talked about Mexico, and I was very pleased that you chose Mexico as for your internationalization and inspiration in your
we have to.
Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, Claire. Frédéric, you want to say a few words? Does someone please, you can raise your hands, ask questions, or just say a few words about your SME before we, unfortunately, at least for today, have to go and officially end the ERA Cluster project, not the SUAVE community. I want you to know that it's only the ERA Cluster project that will end today, but not SUAVE. And then, before we leave, I would like us to take a picture of our final event with all. We can turn our cameras on, those who want, so that we take the picture. Frédéric, you want to say something? You want to share your experience? Edith is here with us. Thank you, Edith, for joining us. Good to have you here.
Thank you too.
We met online in our final meeting.
I'm a little bit sick, so that's why I'm like in this position. Sorry.
Good. It's good to have you. It's good to have you here.
Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again.
I hope you got inspired by what you heard here from a few SMEs.
Yeah.
We have 76 SMEs awarded, 118 projects awarded. So there is potential for it. Lee, thank you very much for being here as well, one of the SMEs. I had the pleasure to be the focal point of very active with internationalization and other fundings received from SUAVE. Lee, you want to say a few words before we go, or No, it's the last chance to those who want to say hello, bye.
Claudia?
Yes, yeah. Hans.
Yes. I just wanted to personally thank everybody for organizing it, Thomas especially for also, well, first with all the help and getting everything organized, but also when we were in trying to get everything in a jam organized and helping hands and telehelp getting everything done. And for being a supporter during the whole process in getting this done. We were really, really thankful for the help of SUAVE in getting our projects online and organized. In our the first call and both the second call for the training, which was very inspirational. We could follow. So wanted to thank everybody for making this happen.
Hans, did you find the application difficult? Because we worked a lot to make it simple as we could. It was complicated.
No, it was. I found it pretty straightforward. It was clear for me. After the ID hiccups of the first call, then I think that was the only thing that was administrative and a bit annoying. But the process was pretty straightforward. Questions were clear. No, not. I found it very well organized and quite doable. I've tried a few of the larger subsidies in the past, and which come with a paperwork level that is. This was really accessible and still to the point.
Good, because that's what we wanted to promote, to do, to make it as easy as possible for you.
Claudia, we still have two presentations, you know. Sorry?
Frédéric from Verdiris.
Verdiris e Optifarm. So,
yeah.
Frédéric, I would like to ask you, Frédéric.
I see the is up.
Thank you very much. Well, the one thing I want to say is thank you for the SUAVE initiative, because we applied for this opportunity in a situation where it was just after the COVID, and it was very hard to continue a project that had been through the years of the COVID with a much longer duration than expected, with a similar budget. I mean, the budget of our first project was 1 year. It lasted 4 years. So it was very important for us, for Verdiris, to receive a recognition of SUAVE, and we are very grateful. It helped us to rebound in a difficult time, and not only financially, but also socially and mentally. And now, thanks to that, we are on track to start a new project, urban composting cooperative called Noir d'Iris in Brussels, for which we started to raise additional funding. So a big thank you to the SUAVE team and the initiative.
Thank you and congratulations, Frédéric. It's important, as you said. The amount was not very huge. We chose to have smaller amounts to reach as much SMEs as possible. But if we could boost you and motivate you to go further, then it's excellent. It's a good news for us. Merci et bravo encore. Et pareil, we keep in touch. We keep following and promoting the activity, and I hope we can see you, Frédéric, à Liège, en Belgique.
Maybe I will have to see with all the agenda.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We can talk about it later. Merci beaucoup, Frédéric. Merci et bravo. Congrats again. And now, Optifarm.
Oh, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. I cannot hear my camera, sorry, but I will try to go through my presentation really quickly. First, I would like to thank for the opportunity for this presentation. SUAVE project gave us really a lot. So basically, we were selected for the training lump sum, and also the internationalization lump sum. So what is our company doing? We are an IT company which is focused into the digitization of the short food supply chains, which means, in other words, that we have created a mobile application that offers retail customers easy access to local food from farmers. And we also created a network of smart refrigerated units for faster delivery and for the convenient delivery for the customers. So what we did with SUAVE, we had the possibility to explore the US market. So currently we are located in Slovenia. For sure, US was on our agenda, but without SUAVE, we would not be there. So this is one big thanks for you, for us to be able to visit the market. We were in San Francisco. We talked with a lot of stakeholders. We saw what is the landscape of the business in the US in this direction. We also talked with different investors, and they also gave us a good insight about what needs to happen to come to US. So maybe our expectations were a bit too high. We went to US with a goal to set up some kind of start negotiations for the pilot projects, but at the end, together with our partners from the US, we saw that it's better just to focus to market discovery and to understand market better before we try to work on ground in US. For sure, for the B2C market, it's really it takes a lot of funding. So this is one key takeaway that we found. And for small SMEs such as ours, it is, I think, the only possibility to go to US as OEM. So basically not to try to attack directly the customers, but maybe to become a part of bigger systems. So this is also part of the strategy that we changed for the later expansion to US, that we should first maybe start build up our presence in Europe to set up, for example, several deployments in several EU countries, and only then will we be prepared to work on the project in the US. And also the second part was the training sum, and with this we were connecting both activities. So basically with the training sum, we also discussed the strategy, the product, the intellectual property, and it also gave us a lot of insights for our future trip to the San Francisco. So this would be from my side. Thank you again, and if someone has any questions, I'm here to answer them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gabriel, and you are right. Each SME has its strategy and expects something for the mission. That's why we wanted them to get prepared. But it's also important to go and to see and to be able to rethink the strategy. Only because you could go to the United States, you saw that the first idea was maybe not the good one or the correct one for this moment, and you needed to work on it again. And this is international. This is why we promote exchanges and this kind of activities. So yep. Better understanding, and I think Angeline as well, when we went, we also met with potential partners, but understanding better how to work not in Canada but mainly in Quebec, even though she knew it. So
Sorry,
yep.
Claudia, I have one question to Gabor.
Yes.
Because I will be traveling to Slovenia in 2 weeks to meet the beekeeping community there.
Okay.
If it happens you to have contacts of beekeepers, it will be great if you could share them with me.
So you can share your email,
Yeah.
or we can connect Petrov and Gabriel together. Okay, but share your emails and yeah, good.
Maybe just one quick information. The president of the Beekeeping Association in Slovenia is one of our partners on our network. So yeah.
Okay, this is the very nice.
Go ahead. Let us know, please. We want to hear from you both.
Can you share your email, Gabar, in the chat or?
Yes, I will share it.
Thank you very much.
See,
even it's the final day, we still have some success story to share.
Of course.
Yeah.
See, Juste, you have one more. You can add it, please, in your report. Julio, muchas gracias. Julio is not an awarded SME, but Julio applied and he is here. He's a member of VEGEPOLYS Valley, very active. Muchas gracias, Julio, por estar aquí and keep
Thanks to you. Thanks to you.
urban agriculture activity. ¿Quieres decir dos palabritas antes que two words before we take the picture and then we say goodbye?
Yeah, no, thank you, everybody. I'm Julio Asensio. I work for UVRER, a French company. We're specialized in UV light to disinfect water, air, and surfaces. Ecological method of disinfection. Thank you. Bye.
Yes, and we keep working on other projects together with Julio and, of course, linked to urban agriculture. Nicolas, merci beaucoup. Piste Solidaire and Gardenizer, very important partners that we had an important support. We received muchísima, sí, está en español. Thank you very much, Nicolas. Thanks to Piste Solidaire and Nicolas, we could participate to the forum for sustainable cities in Latin America. Tu veux dire deux petits mots rapidement, Nicolas? Hello, bye.
Je n'avais pas prévu d'intervention.
Et en anglais, he's from Piste Solidaire.
Yes, sorry.
You can share the project. You are inspirating.
Yes.
And we are talking. Piste Solidaire is one of the partners we are thinking for keeping alive SUAVE community. Thank you. Muchísimas gracias.
Thank you, Claudia. So I'm part. I am working in an NGO based in France called Piste Solidaire in the south of France, in Pau. And we are working on the topic of urban agriculture with another organization that is represented here, which is Replay Network, represented by Andrea Messori, which is one of the coordinator of a project between Rome and Barranquilla in Colombia on the topic of urban agriculture. The European founded some with 2 or 3 million euros the creation of community gardens over there with the training and everything related to it. And if Andrea wants and if he has time, maybe we can talk about it. And with Andrea, we developed
our video for the working group because we presented it. The working for Latin America, you can watch it. Yes, Andrea.
True. 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 And with Andrea also we work at the EU level on the Gardenizer.eu platform. I will put it in.
Yes, please.
In the chat, and it's a platform where we developed an online, not an online. It's an online platform where you can find a lot of resources regarding urban agriculture and community gardens. So we developed a training that is a face-to-face training and followed by internships. And after that, people can pass some online tests. And then they appear on a Gardenizer map. Gardenizer, it's garden organizer. So people managing the group within the community gardens. So and all of it was founded until now by the Erasmus Plus program, and now with the Europaid for the Generator project with Colombia and between Italy and Colombia. You can see Andrea appearing on the screen.
Thank you very much.
He's a coordinator of the platform, and he's working with Claudio that you know and that you met last year in Paris. So it was a so it was a very short presentation, too simplified, but we don't have time to say more.
But as we will be working together, we are in touch. We have as well, thanks for leaving your contact. We invite you all to check the video Latin America working group that we had. You will check better the presentation of Gardenaz, and of course, Nicolas, we will be talking about it again and again and again. It's just because, of course, we are running out of time, and people might be hungry. It's Friday. Isabel, we thank you very much for having joined us, for staying with us. It's important for us to show the accomplishments of the project. As I said, it was not easy every day, but it was somehow easy in the sense of the good team work that we had. The partners worked hand in hand, respectfully, culturally, and in a suave way. We, the 5 partners, from the beginning, we decided to work in a suave, in the Spanish and Portuguese sense of its term, which is smooth and respectful way. I would like to thank each one of the work package leaders, as well as the team, because Eve was here, assisted a lot. We have Julia as well. I would like you all to turn your cameras on. We take a last picture. And of course, George, Thomas, Henrik y Elizabeth, que no está aquí, pero Elizabeth as well, Veronique, and Nora. I mentioned you, Nora. I cannot see all the cameras, but Eva, can you see all of us so that we can take the picture of our SUAVE official SUAVE project, official last day?
So how we manage? How do we have to manage?
She will take the picture.
No, but if when the big one appears, who is talking, you know?
I know, but Eva, she says she has all of us.
Okay.
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 So you just, Eva, you say 1, 2, 3, and we all smile and we say suave.
Okay.
Then 1, 2, 3, smile, suave.
Thank you, suave.
Fine, very kind. Thank you.
You good then? Okay. Good.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We keep in touch. We are preparing our last deliverables that will be submitted and shared with you all so that you have an overview. And we are glad to collaborate in new projects and insights. Petrov, Lei, Nicolas, you all. Muchísimas gracias a todos and the partners as well. Congratulations.
And let me tell you, in behalf of the rest of the consortium, to thank Claudia de Oliveira, okay, our leader and our manager who did a great job. So personally, and I think I talk in behalf of the rest of the group, you did a good job, Claudia. Thank you so much.
Gracias, Henrik.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I hope we can meet again in another project, okay? Good job. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.